This price doesn't make sense and it's creating an edge of 31%. So you would have seen a couple of days ago, I had a tip shared on an over in La Liga, which will be taking place in the next couple of days. And this game is for the upcoming weekend on Sunday in Ligue 1, and it's between Rennes and Nantes. So, as always, we run every single game in the top 5 European leagues through the basic Poisson model based on goals scored and against for the home and away specific splits. And then it is applied to my framework in terms of minimum value bet filters. So this was one of the standout bets for the upcoming weekend. And as you can see this image here on the screen, I've already highlighted the home and away. And Rennes have played 15 games at home this season, while Nantes have played 14 away from home. And Rennes have got 26 goals at home, and they have conceded 15 in 15 games. So if we just scroll here, 26 divide by 15, it gives us the expected home, not the expected, sorry, it gives us Rennes' goal output at home of 1.73, and they concede exactly one goal a game on average, while Nantes have scored 10 in 14 and conceded 19 in 14. So that gives them 0.71 goals scored away from home and 1.36 conceded away from home. So straight away, our home and away expected goal outputs, 1.73 plus 1.36, divide by 2, we have the home expected goal output. And the exact same for the away. We have away goals conceded by Rennes at 1, home goals conceded is 1 from Rennes, and then the away goals scored is 0.71. So we add these two figures together, which gives us 1.71. We divide that by 2, and then we get the away expected goal output at 0.855. And as we all know by now, we combine these two sums and we get our total expected goal output of 2.4 for the game. So straight away, this is right on the line of 2.5. As you'll know, in my engine, I put through all these figures and then I compare with the both teams to score yes, both teams to score no, over and under 2.5. And then it gives me the best market based on the highest EV figure. And in this case, the highest EV figure was 31.03%, and that was related to the under 2.5 goal market. So now from the betting perspective, from the bookmaker standpoint, at odds of 2.3, the market is implying this has a 43.48% chance of winning. However, with all these figures that we've ran through and we've calculated, our model comes back and it suggests that this should be winning 56.97% of the time. So straight away, we then look at our value gap, and that is 13.49 percentage points, which is very nice. You know, anything over kind of 5 or 6 is good to look at. And our minimum EV filter is set at 8%. So with all of these odds and what our model believes the win rate should be based on the 15 and 14 games that these two sides have played at home and away, the fair odds are 1.76. So as you can see, that's about 0.54 difference. So again, if you were betting £100 on the under, the bookmaker, you'd return £230. However, the fair odds, you'd only get £176 back. So as you can see there, it's a pretty big jump on a £100 bet. And obviously that kind of works for any figure. But it's really important just to kind of run through all these figures. I am aware as well that towards the back end of the season, games may be a bit more cagey. They may be a bit more open. In the sense of this game, it's important not to take the EV at face value, and you can make adjustments to your model based on stages of season, as well as kind of injuries to attackers, defenders, goalkeepers, and all that stuff. But Rennes are currently pushing for a Champions League spot. At worst case, they are competing for the Europa League and Conference League places as well. And obviously, Nantes are relatively close to kind of going down, so they need to pick up points as well. This could mean one of two things: that the game is a lot more open and we do see goals, or neither team kind of want to lose, which then creates a more cagey and a slower tempo to the game. However, from my perspective, looking at these goal outputs and how little Nantes score away from home, and the fact that only Rennes concede 1 goal per away game, this sort of game, I wouldn't be surprised if it did end like 2-0 to Rennes, for example. You know, they average 1.73 goals at home, only concede 1, whereas Nantes in their 14 away games don't have an incredibly high goal output, and they do concede just over 1 goal a game, with that being 19 and 14. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game does end 2-0, maybe even a 1-0 Rennes win. It's one of those situations where if Rennes take the lead at home, they might just want to kind of sit on that and protect that lead to increase their chances of being in the big European competitions next year. So with all that being said, guys, this is one of the highest edges that I've found across the top 5 European leagues for this upcoming weekend. If you do want to see the breakdown and the workings out of all of the games that I have ran through the model this week, then the link will be down below in the description. You can just click that, you can join in there, and you will see live breakdowns of several bets throughout the weekend, as well as having access to this spreadsheet that you can then see what hasn't and what has passed a filter, and then how much we are staking per bet. This bet here is an elite edge with the high EV and the high value gap. And with unders, it's another thing you will learn in the group is with unders, generally they tend to kind of drift to closer towards kickoff because the public money comes in for overs. However, with this one, because the edge is so nice already, I am going to be taking this bet at 2.3, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does kind of drift out to 2.35 or 2.4. But with that being said, because the value is there, people might notice that and jump on the under, which obviously makes the price shorter. So whenever you spot value, it's always best to kind of take it immediately, unless you're betting unders on teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, you know, teams that typically score a lot of goals. Then in those cases, it's kind of best to monitor the line, keep an eye on it, because the price often will drift. But like I said, guys, link in the description down below if you want to get involved in the group and get a breakdown on all the games across the top 5 European leagues.